So at the beginning of a new year, we're all looking for ways to be more productive and probably looking over the last year to see what we could have done better and what we would have done differently. And part of, for me, the thing that I could have done better, and this is going to lead into one tip that might help you be more productive, because I've noticed in the past this helps me, so I'm going to try to do it more this year. I sell a lot of stuff on eBay. In fact, when I do my taxes the last several years, eBay is a pretty significant chunk of my income. And this past year, I kind of got slacked off for a variety of reasons with the move, and I was out of town over the summer, just the way vacations in San Diego fell. It was a big disruption. And basically, for me, when I'm not putting things online on eBay, and I've tried to I sell more on eBay than I do my online store, just because the infrastructure of eBay, people are already there looking and searching. So if I could still sell more stuff on my website, I would, but because there would be no, eBay sellers fees and things. But I've noticed that when I don't put things on eBay, it's like having a store and not stocking the shelves, right? So I realized there was a lot of people walking in the eBay store were seeing shelves not well stocked. So that's one thing I'm going to change this year, or be better about. I've been better about it in the past. This year, just kind of dropped the ball on it. But one thing, in addition to just trying to keep track of money a little better, just just overall, along with all the other goals, I have found that one thing that has helped me in the past, and I've got a few examples of it kind of just laying around, and basically it's have the things you want done laying around. Now that can mean a couple different things. So with eBay, and just remind me that if things are not on the virtual shelves, right, then that's income you're losing. So you, as an artist, you have to be cultivate that business sense that we typically don't have, at least not innately. You can get it and get better at it. So I basically downloaded a simple spreadsheet of budget stuff, just what is coming in and out, just as far as expenses and things as a business, and all that, and just keep track of it. I open up that Excel spreadsheet every day, and it's sitting right here. So I have a couple monitors, so at least make sure that even if it's not up, right, it's open. So at the end of the day, to close things, right, I go down here and check my toolbar on my computer, and it reminds me, oh, this is something I need to look into. Also, it helps with, like for eBay, then I need to have an eBay tab, all the tabs of different things I need to take care of, where it's Patreon, Webtoon, YouTube, whatever it is, right? Have those tabs open. And until you finish that thing that day, leave that tab open. Now, you may not get to everything, but it's going to be there staring in your face. You're not going to forget about it. And probably the next day, you're going to take care of it. I'm trying to read a few books. And what I'm doing, this is kind of new. This stack of books right here, I can't take them off my desk until I read through them. So reading through, I got this for Christmas with the Old Breed. It's a World War II memoir by a Marine in the Philippines. I'm almost halfway done with it, but the thing is, if I want this desk to be clear, then, and if I get tired of seeing this same stack of books, I need to read these books. I'm working through G.I. Joe versus the $6 Million Man. I've got a stack of pages right here. I think this is probably almost half the issue. It's on my drawing table. And so, especially this day and age when you've got, everything's virtual for comic book artists typically, as far as transmit, like we don't FedEx pages, the penciler's not FedExing to the inker and all this. So a lot of it, until you go to do it, is virtual, whether you're the penciler with the script, you get the script emailed to you, print it out. When I've worked on some other projects, at the penciling and stage, I had to print this stuff out, so I physically has to be a reminder. Virtual stuff is convenient, but at a certain point, for me at least, it needs to become something tangible in order to remind me that it's there, because virtual things can be dismissed with a thought, or lack of thought, really. So when I get on G.I. Joe, the pencils are online, and so I download them, and then they sit on my computer. So I found that if I actually print this stack of stuff out, See, I've already gone through and done all the borders for all those pages and some of the background, so it actually goes faster that way. And just little things like that, whether you have, you know, a journal you're trying to keep it on your desk. If you've got trying to do more like music stuff, have your instrument sitting out. I dabble in musical stuff, and if you'll see back here, I've got my little keyboard thing. It's right there. So wherever you turn, the things that you are in your way need to be the things that you want to accomplish. So if you're always tripping over or knocking over these books, it's going to remind you, I need to read those books to get them off my desk. Now, when they're done, I'm going to put another stack there. It's just going to be a thing. Or I'll put it maybe in a different spot. But that's one thing. If you have physical things, and even if it's something on the computer, have that window open so it becomes a physical thing in your way. I think that helps. It's helped me, and even just having little books and like there's little things that I want to read through on have it on a shelf, the same spot, so you walk by it eye level every day, and I can just grab it, make it convenient for you. So like with these pages, it's you know, it's not something out there, oh, I need to download and do these pages. I've already printed them out in a batch. They're ready to go. They're right there. So my work is right there. So I hope that helps. What helps you be productive? You know, I've read a lot of productivity books and things, and there's a lot of really good advice, but some things just don't work for me. So there is, if it's thing like, oh, have this list, and you know, use Evernote for this, and was it Todoist for this, which I use some to keep track of things too. And I've read really good productivity books for having everything just laid out, right? And you get your inbox to 0 and all this stuff. And for me, I short circuit pretty quickly on that because it's just too much, right? I mean, I've got a lot of stuff just juggling and everything, and so it would be better if I was more highly organized so that stuff would work. I would probably be really efficient, but it stresses me out to no end to try to make that work, and I give up. So I found actually this way. And I mean, I got like just a post-it note. My to-do list is, I've done to-do lists online. Again, it's virtual. If it's right here and it's sitting right there on a post-it note, I can finish everything, ball it up, and throw it away. And then go on to the list online and say, what do I need to put on this post-it note for today? That's just kind of what works for me. I'm a very needs to be very tactile in my line of sight to get done. So kind of takes a little bit of arranging your space just that's specific to you and you alone. So that helps me. What helps you? Are you the kind of person that takes those productivity books and goes to town with them and checks off those lists and stuff and gets your inbox to 0? My inbox is not 0, not even close, and it will, so far from 0, it never will be. So yeah, let me know what helps you, what's helped you in the past. If you've done something like this and had success with it or failure, let me know. Check out my webcomic on Webtoons down here in the description. On my Patreon, I do have a Patreon that helps me, you know, do my creator-owned things and stuff. If you're enjoying those, subscribe if you haven't subscribed down here. Check out some of my other videos over here, and make sure you subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. I will see you tomorrow.